Hi, this is Chris Condon with John Green Commercial and IndustrialREAdvisor.com. Wanted to take a couple of minutes today to answer a question I get on a regular basis. When is it a good time to sell my investment property? In my opinion, this is something that you should kind of be planning years in advance. You should be thinking about on a regular basis, kind of always approaching these things with the end in mind. But to figure out timing on this, ideally you want to be looking at what are the market trends right now. Are prices rising or falling? Is inventory increasing or decreasing? Is the time on market increasing or decreasing? The marketplace right now is pretty hot. We're seeing property values increase, on a pretty consistent basis, as you can see of this chart. Definitely an upward trend. From an inventory perspective, definitely a downward trend. Inventory is about as tight as I've seen in the last 10 years. So, if you do have a property, now might be a good time for you to consider selling. Also, the time to sale is definitely decreasing. You can see that in this trend line right here. Like I said, ideally you want to be thinking about selling your property all the time as you go through. So what are you doing today to maximize the gross top line revenue that your property is producing? The leases that you have, are they good quality tenants, very credit-worthy tenants on long-term leases? The leases that you sign today, are going to kind of determine the value that you have, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, as you think about selling. So always be thinking about the end in mind. Have you minimized your expenses? Are your taxes higher than they should be? Are your, CAM expenses higher than they should be? Is your landscaping higher than it should be? I think it's a process of consistently trying to raise the top line revenue, decrease your expenses, and raise the net income on your property. Is there any deferred maintenance on the property? Does the parking lot need some maintenance? Does the roof have some issues that need to be dealt with? Are the HVAC units, towards the end of their lifespan? Some of those things may add value to the property, some of them may not. Probably should talk a little bit more about that if you're in a situation where you have deferred maintenance. But always be thinking about, or beginning with the end in mind. I think it's an ongoing process of improving your property for sale so that, if you do get approached by somebody that wants to buy it, or the marketplace kind of dictates that the timing is right to sell it, you're going to be able to maximize your value. If you have any questions about this, or there's any way that I can help you kind of assess this and or plan over the next 1 to 5 years for the eventual sale, happy to meet with you, happy to talk with you, happy to do whatever I can. Once again, Chris Condon with John Green Commercial and IndustrialREAdvisor.com. Have a great day.